What's going on, guys? So I woke up this morning and I had this brilliant idea. I'm gonna try to put a broken disc in an Xbox 360. So I got all the materials I need. I got an Xbox 360, I got a broken disc. So I figured, why not? So let me just give you a little bit of background. So I'm going through a bunch of my Xbox 360 games and I'm selling a bunch because I have all these games that are, some of them used to be mine, some I bought from people, and I'm just selling a bunch on eBay just because I don't need all of them. So I'm going through, and this Homefront game is one of the ones I'm selling on eBay, and I tested it out and stuff, and I discovered that it has a crack in the middle right there. So I was kind of just like, there's no way I'm actually going to sell that on eBay because obviously I don't want to sell a broken disc. I decided this is the perfect disc to try this out with. So I got my disc, got my Xbox, and actually, by the way, this is an Xbox 360 that I bought from a subscriber, and I basically unboxed it and played it and stuff. I'll throw a link on the screen if you want to check that video out. It was a pretty solid video, not going to lie. And yeah, so we're going to break this disc basically in half, and we're going to see if it still works. So we're going to try a few different things out, and yeah, we'll get to that in a minute. But let's go ahead and just break this disc. I'm really not sure how I'm going to do this, but yeah, as you can see, I think if I get in the right angle, you can kind of see the break. There's a few breaks actually. It's just at the center of the disc. It's not all the way to the edges yet. But let me just go ahead and show you guys this disc does work. At least I hope it does. It worked like a week ago when I tried it out. Hopefully it still works. It should read and then boot up. I'm thinking I'm gonna just cut it in half with some scissors. Yeah, it's definitely working. Yeah, so as you guys can see, it's definitely working. It's booting up. Let me just go back to the home screen now. We don't need to watch it boot up. I'm gonna get this thing out of here now. And so yeah, I have nothing better to do with it. I'm not gonna play this game. I'm not gonna sell this game because it's kind of broken and cracked. So I'm gonna see if I can cut this thing and clean in half, and we're gonna stick it in the disc tray and see if it still works. Alright, so as you can see, I went and grabbed some scissors, and I actually put my camera on a tripod because this might be a little dangerous, and I have some safety glasses on just in case this disc like shatters or something. I've never cut a disc in half, so I'm not sure how dangerous it is, but I can't imagine it's safe. I probably should have some gloves on too, but we're just going to try it out. I definitely would not recommend doing this at home because I'm not sure what's going to happen, but let's see. Yeah, let's just go ahead and slowly cut this thing. That definitely feels weird. I feel like I'm committing a crime right now, cutting a disc in half. This is actually more difficult than I thought. I didn't think it would be that difficult to cut a disc. There we go. Alright, almost halfway through. There we go. Got halfway through. And I guess the other half doesn't really matter which way we go in. Let's just get in here. Man, it just feels wrong. I'm probably going to get so many hate comments on this video. Alright guys, so finally got in half. There is a little kind of CD shard right there. I should probably watch out for that. Don't want to cut myself, but I think I'm out of the woods from the safety aspect now. As you can see, got this thing pretty clean in half. It's a little bit sharp on the edges, but not too bad. So I have a few different things I want to try on this. First thing I want to do is just put the disc as is into the disc tray. So let's go ahead and line it up. I'll take one piece at a time. Basically just gonna slide it in there, get the other piece and slide it to the other side, and kind of try to let's try to line them up. And my goal is that we'll stick it in and it'll still maybe read the disc. I'm doubtful, but we can hope. The main thing is I'm just hoping it doesn't... Oh. That's what I was hoping it didn't happen, is that it wouldn't like destroy the disk drive. Alright, so it sounded like it kind of... So if you guys don't know about a disk drive, it's basically got a little piece that kind of sticks up into here, and the disk latches onto it, and then it spins, and a laser reads it. So that's what it's trying to do in there. And, wow, I misaligned it again. So let's try one more time. Get that aligned. Oh, it actually sounds better that time. It says it's reading. It actually sounds like it might be spinning. It sounded like it was spinning for a second, but yeah, it's still reading now. Oh, open tray. Alright, so that didn't work. Now, I have a couple more ideas, as I mentioned. Alright, so the first thing I want to try is using some tape. So if you can align these things correctly, we can tape them back, we can tape it up and kind of make it a little more sturdy when we stick it in there. So let's go ahead and try that. My goal here is just kind of to get the pieces fixed back together so that the disk drive can actually latch onto the disk and spin it. Let me try 2 more pieces. I don't want to put the pieces on the bottom because obviously the laser has to read the bottom. So I'm going to try to avoid doing that. But yeah, I'm not going to call that stable, but I mean, it's holding together somewhat. Yeah, let's try that. Alright, so we can pick it up. Yeah, it's fairly stable. I think it might pick it up this time. Ooh. Not sure if you can hear the sound. It sounded like it was trying to pick it up, but I can't really tell if it did pick it up. It's definitely not spinning as much as I would expect it to. So I can't imagine anything good is happening in there. And my thing just open tray again. Dang it. Alright, so that did not work. So let's just gauge and see if this thing actually spins. So the tape is on the left and right side right now. So we should be able to tell if it spins if when we take it back out, the tape is not on the left and right side, obviously, which would mean it spun some. So I'm going to go ahead and inject it earlier and see if it spun. It does look like it spun a little bit. So we started right here, right? And then it spun it a little bit. It's still definitely not as stable as it needs to be. So let's try something else. I'm going to try reinforcing this thing a little bit more. Alright guys, we're back on the tripod again. I tore the disc apart, and we're going to try to realign this thing and use some of this tape and then reinforce it with some stronger packing tape and see what we can get to happen. It's still just it's not fitting together as well as I was hoping. The scissors kind of made it a little bit jagged. If I do this again, I think I need to find a better method than scissors to rip this thing apart, and I still think it's off center a little bit. Let's go ahead and try it. That, and then we're going to reinforce it with some stronger shipping tape so that it has no chance of going anywhere. At least that's what I'm hoping. Obviously not much has worked out so far here. Actually went a little too far on that one. I'll just wrap that around the edge a little bit. That can't hurt, can it? Definitely seems a little bit more sturdy this time. So we got this aligned here. Tape is on the left and the right. And so if it spins, we will know it. Oh. It definitely spun that time. It didn't sound like a good spin, but it was definitely spinning. That was, still says open tray. Dude, but it definitely spun that time. Like it latched on good. That reinforced tape actually did help. We'll try it one more time. It's not really spinning now. Maybe a little bit. Yeah, that's not doing it. Alright guys, open tray again. I got one last idea we're gonna try. Alright guys, so my last idea for the day is hot glue. If you guys are ever in like school at all, you probably used hot glue at some point. So I put my tape back on here, and I'm gonna try to reinforce it with some hot glue, and we're just gonna see what happens. So obviously hot glue is kind of dangerous. I don't know what temperature it's at, but it's pretty hot temperature. So we're just gonna try to reinforce some spots here. And maybe that'll help. Or these little blobs might get in the way, I'm not sure. And I got these little stringy things all over the place. But we're gonna try it, guys. If this doesn't work, it's not for a lack of trying. We're definitely trying hard. But it's just like, it's not happening so far. Alright, so we got some of this stuff on. I'm gonna let it dry for a minute until it's not too hot, and maybe I can pull some of the stringy stuff off. And then we're going to try to put it back into the disk drive and see if that helps. Alright guys, so it appears to be mostly dry, so let's go ahead and try to put this thing in a disk drive and see if the hot glue helped us at all. I'm hoping so. Ooh, yeah, that sounded bad when it went in there. But it's actually spinning some more now. So maybe it just doesn't sound good, but it actually works. I don't know. Nope, open tray. Let's inspect this. So what I'm feeling is that these little blobs might have gotten in the way because they're kind of sticking off the disc a few millimeters. And I mean, it's got some decent clearance in there. So I feel like that would be okay. Let's try one more time. I got the tape on the left and the right side, so I can use that to gauge how much it's spun, if it spins at all. I thought I was about to start right there, but it was just the console going dark because I haven't touched it in a while. That was some trickery right there. Still reading. I mean, we've gotten better over time. You know, the more tape we put on there, the more stronger tape, the hot glue, it's at least spinning. It actually doesn't seem like it really spun at all. Huh. Maybe I wonder if the weight of the hot glue is too much for it now and it's having trouble spinning. I don't know. To be honest, it seemed like the disc did best when I just had some of the, the cheapo tape plus some packing tape. But yeah, I couldn't get it to read it all. My overall goal is to eventually get to the point where, I become a boss at this and I can cut a disc and then I can, piece it back together and still play it. That would just be crazy. I don't know if that's possible, just because obviously the laser has to read the bottom, and when you cut the disc, it kind of gets rid of some of that element to the disc. At least the way I cut it. That's what I'm thinking, is that maybe if I can find a better way of cutting this disc in half it's not like cheapo scissors. Like maybe if I have something more professional, I can actually do like a clean break on it and then glue it right back together and stick it in a disc drive and it'll work. But I think I might actually try some other game consoles as well, because maybe it's just the 360 is too much of a lame-o to read these broken discs. Maybe if I use the original Xbox or the Xbox One or the PS3 or PS4, maybe one of those will work. I'm not sure, but let me know down in the comments if you guys like this video. I'll definitely do some more in the future if you guys like it. And thanks for watching as always, and of course make sure to hit the like button and subscribe, and thanks for watching guys, and have a great day.